influencer has been allegedly charged with breaking the internet after recent eye-popping content that was released directly on their social media platforms. More on this later.
Yo, what's good, world? Y'all already know who it is, man. It's your boy Gio, man. This old young Dolph situation is crazy, man. And the way it's looking, your boy, Gotti is cooked, man. You maybe Black Youngster too, man. Y'all gotta check this out, man. Hit the subscribe button. Drop them comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. Drop them Dolphs in the comments or drop them CMGs in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think about this whole situation here, man.
We don't have count 1 and then count 4, but rather 1, 2, and 3. The 3 charges that will be on trial are conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, which is count 1 of this indictment, murder in the first degree, which is count 2 of the indictment, and convicted felon possession of a firearm, which is count 3 of the indictment. Counts 1 and 2 have not been altered, but count 3, the state and the defense have met, and we will have a stipulation during the trial that Mr. Johnson is a convicted felon. We're going to withhold from the jury the offense for which he was convicted. So instead, count 3 will read that he's been convicted of a felony offense that qualifies under TCA 3917 1307B1A. And it does not say the title of the offense, which is aggravated assault. For this stipulation is consistent with case law. Mr. Evans and Mr. Johnson are going to sign that during the trial. So we have sanitized the indictment, I guess, is the proper terms for that.
Yes, sir.
And I think the court has a copy of the sanitized indictment.
And we have that. I do. Yes.
Very good.
And do you have the stipulation already typed?
We do. We have it typed, and Mr. Evans has reviewed it. I think he just needs to get his client to review it with him.
That's correct. Fine. And at some point, we'll make that an exhibit.
Yes, ma'am. The second thing, obviously, there's cameras and media in the courtroom. There are also incredibly heightened security risk, security concerns during this trial, both inside this courtroom and outside this courtroom. This is one violent act and series of violent acts that have occurred in this case or around this case. There's witnesses that have true security concerns now and going forward after this trial. And there's also family members who have certain privacy rights and security concerns as well. I've been asked by several of the witnesses and by several of the family members, or maybe all of the family members, that I request from the court that the media not be allowed to film their faces during this trial or on their way in and out of the courtroom. This is a request that other judges in this building have granted numerous times when there's security implications like this, and that's what I would ask for, Your Honor. When they testify, it's customary in those circumstances that basically they film the feet of the witness, but obviously the audio and everything public. But I'd make that request with regard to several of these witnesses and all the family members coming in and out of the courtroom.
So let me make sure I'm clear about your request. That media not be allowed to film family members' faces or witnesses' faces, or both.
Yes and no. Not be able to film family member faces as they come in and out of this courtroom.
Okay.
But they not be allowed to film the 2 family members that will be the first 2 witnesses, their faces.
Okay.
And then going forward, maybe before we call a witness in which there's a particular security concern, we can address Your Honor as to whether or not they're able to film the faces of those particular witnesses.
Mr. Evans, any objection?
I have no objection to that, so long as the defense would be extended the same courtesy if there was a particular witness that we needed to call with that concern.
All right.
The final thing is what I'll put on the
Well,
record
let me-
now. Oh,
Let me address before we go further. You want to step aside so I
I do.
can speak to Dean, my cameraman back there. Dean, so I'm going to grant the state's request that the family members, and whom you're going to know, because they'll probably be brought in very shortly together, that their faces not be filmed as they come in and out of court, okay? Or that their faces not be filmed. I'm going to, this is a security risk, this is a high security issue in trial that we're trying here this week. So for the safety of the families, I'm going to order that you not film their faces. The first 2 witnesses the state has informed me will be family members. The court has no problem with you filming chest down, feet, but not their faces. You understand?
I understand.
Any questions?
Yes.
Yes.
As long as we can do our due diligence. I mean, actually, because I know nothing of this case, I know nothing of anything here. I'm from out of state.
Yes, sir.
So I want to make sure that I do what you tell me. So I have
So-
no problem to say,
The public information person, Ms. Whitaker, will let you know.
okay,
This is going to be her job for right now.
okay,
So let you know when family members are coming in, for you not to film those faces. And I'm telling you now, the first 2 witnesses, you won't be filming their faces.
gotcha.
All right? From that point, then the state's going to let you know, or let me know to let you know, whom, or the defense about with the faces that don't need to be shown. Okay?
Cross the line.
How'd y'all know it was Dolph?
Everybody know, how your car is, the armed fatigue cars and stuff.
Yeah. People in Memphis knew about that rap, right?
Yeah,
That camouflage white and green and blue rap.
camouflage.
That surprise you? See him like that?
Yeah,
Did you say anything or did Justin say anything?
we was like, there go Dolph right now.
All right. What did y'all do?
We received the trailer. Received the trailer.
So y'all are following him on Airways?
Yeah, right over the street.
And you saw the first part of this video, didn't you?
Yeah,
Did you see him pull off here to the cookie store?
yeah, he pulled in the cookie store.
What'd y'all do?
We made the block. We came with the bagway. I jumped out. We started shooting.
All right. Well, let's back up here, though. We saw him pull off of Airways to here. Is that right?
Yeah,
Y'all, can you see my little pointer?
yeah.
Y'all would be traveling this direction on Airways. Is that right? Then did y'all do a crazy U-turn or anything, or what'd y'all do?
Nah. We came with the back street.
Following the clicker. Is this what y'all did?
Yeah.
Okay.
We went to the light, made the loop around.
Did you see him get out of his car like this?
Nah, I ain't seen him get out the car.
Okay.
I had on some gray sweatpants, orange and white Jordan 1s, and a blue Gap hoodie
A blue Gap hoodie
with a do-rag on.
with the do-rag on. Did y'all have gloves?
I had my own glue.
You had your own gloves?
He had his own glue.
When you got in the car, did you have your gloves on?
Nah, I ain't have the gloves on.
You said Justin had his own gloves?
Yeah, he had his gloves on. Some black gloves.
He had his black gloves on before he picked you up?
Yeah.
Does he get out of his car and pick you up, or do you go up to the car? How's that work?
Nah, I got out the house, came out the house, walked and got on in the car.
Okay. Off to do the mission.
Yeah, do a mission. Try to catch somebody.
Try to catch one of the rappers
Yeah, one of them
at the Turkey Drive in Westwood.
in Westwood. Yeah.
All right. What happens if y'all get in the car?
Oh, we went back on Bradley Street. He got some out of, I think they were like a expedition truck that he had parked on Bradley Street. And then we took the back street and we was at Lamar Airways. We at the light,
So he picks up, let me get this right. He picks you up in the Mercedes, is that right?
Yeah.
But you go to Bradley Street.
Yeah.
And is there an Expedition already there?
Yeah, Expedition already there, parked in the yard.
Do you know who parked that Expedition
I guess he did.
there? Okay, well, we're not allowed to guess in here.
Well,
Okay. So
nah,
was
I
it,
ain't see him park it though.
okay.
I don't see him.
And what color was it?
White.
A white Expedition.
Yeah, white.
Did y'all do anything when y'all went to Bradley Street at that point?
He got something out the truck and then jumped back in the car.
I got you. So he gets out of the Mercedes at Bradley Street, goes into the Expedition and gets something,
Yeah.
and comes back.
Come back.
Do you know what he got?
Nah, I don't know.
Are y'all talking at this point?
Nah, we wasn't talking, like, cause he was on the phone at first, then he hung it up, but we wasn't talking about it.
Now, y'all were cool with each other, is that right? You and Justin?
God.
He gets back in the white Mercedes.
Yeah, he get big in the white Mercedes, and we take the back street, I think Gentry and stuff, to, we was at Lamar and Airways. We finna get on the expressway, going to the expressway.
Okay. Bradley to Dedrick, is that what you said?
Yeah,
And then y'all are going to get on the expressway.
yeah, we finna get on the expressway on Airways.
Okay. But when, and this is Airways that we see.
Yeah,
You originally even tried to get your girlfriend to lie for you, right? With an alibi, Angela.
yeah, I did.
Okay. Who's Letitia Jackson?
That's my baby mom, my kid mom.
Okay. Now, I think you said, well, let me ask you this. Was the day that you shot Dolph, but the day before that, did you know you were going to shoot Dolph?
Nah, I ain't know nothing about all this, but I ain't know we were gonna catch Dolph or nothing. But the next day was the day we caught Dolph, that was my baby girl's birthday, beyond.
Okay.
And I know I told her about a house, buying them a house and all that, because I knew that they already had hits on everybody's head, and we was out looking for somebody. We didn't know we were gonna catch Dolph, we didn't know who we were gonna catch.
Is that why it was a particularly big day for you?
What you mean, big day?
Well, you text Miss Jackson, let's see, 9:05 a.m. on November 17th, 2021, you say, good morning. I went to sleep in the midst of texting you to knowing today is my big day.
My baby birthday. My daughter's birthday.
November 17th?
Yeah, my daughter.
You went and killed a man on your daughter's birthday?
Hey, I'm trying to make it right for her. I ain't had no money. I'm trying to get some money that day. So I'm trying to make sure my baby girl, man, have a beautiful birthday. So it was whatever. Then I'm trying to get high on pills.
So as to the total entry wounds to this victim, how many were there?
20.
20, okay. How about the exit wounds?
4.
Okay. And do you, in your medical opinion, were these gunshot wounds enough to cause death?
They were.
Okay. And within a reasonable degree of medical certainty, did you render an opinion as to the cause of this victim's death?
I did.
But what was the cause of that?
Gunshot wounds of the head, torso, and neck.
Okay. And did you render an opinion as to the manner of death?
I did.
And what was your opinion?
Homicide.
Your Honor, I will pass the witness.
And every time we come to court, Mr. Govan will get this request that says Mr. Govan is asking for other things. At first it started with, you wanted to go clothes shopping. I think my response was, you can have Amazon.com deliver your clothing. Yes, sir. You also wanted to go grocery shopping. I told you to call Kroger and they'll deliver your food to your house. And I also got an answer, got a request that indicates that perhaps you want to be given the same consideration of some other folks, and that you think that you want to be permitted to go to work full time. Mr. Govan, you're on bond because all parties agreed to that. Those conditions were set by this court. Those were conditions that all parties agreed to, and I don't see any reason at all why this court should relax those conditions and tell Mr. Govan, we're going to let you go back to being a fully fledged person with no restrictions at all. Go to work when you want to, go shopping when you want to, leave the county when you want to, go to other places when you want to. Mr. Govan, you're on those restrictions for a reason. And part of those reasons is for your own safety. You are probably aware that Memphis, Shelby County, Tennessee is the first most violent metropolitan area in the country. This case has generated a substantial amount of publicity. And if you're running around free in Shelby County, Mr. Govan, knock on wood, somebody might be trying to kill you, sir. So it is not in your best interest to say, Judge Coffey, take away all these conditions and let me just do what I want to, go where I want to. And there have been some instances where you were allowed apparently to take a couple of trips. That can't happen anymore because of the conditions of this bond, that this court set this bond, and you can't deviate from those conditions unless this court tells you to do so. I'm told by Ms. Taylor that she's having some difficulties in supervising this bond because you had a couple of trips that were approved and was not approved by the court, were not discussed with the court, were not discussed with Mr. Handel Durham, and that's a violation of your bond, Mr. Govan. So I don't know who gave you permission to take those trips to leave Shelby County, but unless you hear from Judge Coffey, don't say anything else. Unless you hear from Judge Coffey and Handel Durham, your attorney of record here, Mr. Rohrer is probably not going to be in on most of these settings, but unless you're in court on the record with Mr. Durham in his court and Ms. Taylor and asking the court for some relief and say, Judge, I need to do certain things, will you please approve it? It cannot be done unless it is approved by this court, Mr. Govan. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
And please, please, please stop asking Ms. Taylor, probation management group, if they can relax these restrictions or if they can do certain things or let you go shopping or let you get a job, because she doesn't have authority to do that.
In Exhibit 24, looks like this is an undershirt. And the same thing as the last shirt. Do those white squares indicate holes within that garment?
Correct.
Okay. And the next exhibit, number 25. Could you tell us what we're looking at right here?
So we're looking at the overall view of property that was found on or in pockets of the clothing for Mr. Thornton.
Okay. Were there any weapons found within his clothing?
I don't recall.
Okay.
What was that response?
I don't recall.
And on to the final exhibit, number 26. What are we looking at, Dr. Skinner?
This is the brown area is an envelope that we use to package any ballistics that we recover from the body. And these are multiple bullet fragments that were recovered from the right jaw.
Okay. Regarding the bullet fragments that were recovered from the right jaw, would it be within your job duties to conduct tests on those fragments?
No, it would not.
Okay. And do you happen to know whether or not the murder weapons were recovered in this case at all?
Not at the time I did the case, no.
Okay. So if the murder weapons were recovered, would it be within your job duties to conduct tests on them?
It would not be.
Okay. Just a couple more questions. So, Dr. Skinner, what is a toxicology test?
At the time of autopsy, we take certain fluids, usually blood, sometimes liver, and certain fluids also from the eye, and we submit it to a toxicology lab, and they run a particular test that I order, and based on the drugs that they look for in that particular test, it would test it against the blood, and whatever is detected would be read as a positive finding.
Okay. And is a toxicology test a standard part of an autopsy?
Most cases, yes.
Okay. And did you conduct a toxicology test for this victim?
I did.
And what were the results of that test?
It was the active ingredient of marijuana was detected.
Okay. So as to the total entry wounds to this victim, how many were there?
20.
20. Okay. How about the exit wounds?
4.
Okay. And in your medical opinion, were these gunshot wounds enough to cause death?
They were.
Okay. And within a reasonable degree of medical certainty, did you render an opinion as to the cause of this victim's death?
I did.
But what was the cause of that?
Gunshot wounds of the head, torso, and neck.
Okay. And did you render an opinion as to the manner of death?
I did.
And what was your opinion?
Homicide.
Your Honor, I will pass the witness.
The guy who snatched young Dolph's life finally revealed what really made him do the unthinkable. And even though it's been a minute since we lost Dolph, we still have news and updates about his case popping up on a regular basis. In a super intense case that's got everyone talking, the crazy murder of famous rapper Young Dolph is still causing a major stir in the music biz and beyond. All eyes are on Marcus Johnson, who's now the 4th suspect in the case. Right now, his lawyer and the district attorney's office are going back and forth, trying to work out a deal. Everyone's on edge waiting to see how this intense story finally wraps up. I'm sure most of y'all remember what went down with Dolph, but just to jog your memory real quick, on November 17th, 2021, in broad daylight, something really tragic happened at Makita's Homemade Butter Cookies on Airway Boulevard. Basically, a couple gunmen stormed the place and messed up Adolph Thornton Jr., aka Young Dolph's life forever. The Memphis Police Department shared some chilling pics showing these two thugs waving their guns right before the awful incident. Without wasting a second, the suspects rolled up to the cookie shop, hopped out of their white Mercedes-Benz, and started firing like crazy. Ended up taking Dolph's life in the process. News of Dolph's death spread like wildfire, shook the whole community. Hundreds of people gathered at the scene, and cops worked their tails off to investigate the crime, making sure the area stayed safe and keeping folks from sneaking in to see what went down. In response to the situation, Tennessee House Representative London Lamar and Memphis Councilman J.B. Smiley voiced their concerns and called for a curfew in Memphis. They wanted to keep things under control and prevent any potential chaos or violence that might have erupted after this tragic event. Their goal was to maintain peace and order in the city during this tough time. The aftermath of this messed up act came to light when the Commercial Appeal got a hold of an autopsy report. That document revealed the horrifying extent of the injuries inflicted on the 36-year-old rapper. Believe it or not, Dolph ended up with about 22 gunshot wounds all over the place. His head, back, chin, neck, and both arms. It's a super grim reminder of the sheer brutality and violence that went down on that messed up day. The report became public knowledge in March when someone requested the records. Now, here's something that hits close to home. The spot where it all happened is near Castelia Heights, which is where Dolph grew up. It's chillingly close to the place where he tragically lost his life. In February of 2022, a couple of Tennessee lawmakers put forth a bill. They wanted November 17th to be recognized as the Adolph Thornton Day of Service. The idea behind this proposed holiday is to honor Dolph's memory by shining a light on all the good he did for others. The bill acknowledges Dolph as an amazing person and highlights his dedication to making his community better. It encourages folks to follow in his footsteps by doing acts of service to help others. It's all about celebrating his legacy and making meaningful contributions to society. It's been about a year since that terrible shooting incident with Dolph, and things are finally moving on in the right direction to bring the guilty parties to justice. One of the dudes involved in this untimely death got caught real quick after the whole thing went down. This 23-year-old guy named Justin Johnson was identified and had a serious first-degree murder warrant hanging over his head. The authorities in Tennessee even put up a reward of $15,000 for any info that would lead to Johnson's arrest. Turns out, the dude had a rap sheet with past charges and ties to some organized criminal gangs. He's also known by his rapper name Straight Drop. But wait, there's more. Another guy, this 32-year-old named Cornelius Smith, got linked to the case when they busted him for stealing the getaway car used in Dolph's murder. On January 11th, Smith got hit with charges of first-degree murder, weapon possession, and theft. Get this, on that very same day, they nabbed Johnson in Indiana after getting over 500 tips that pointed to his whereabouts. They also grabbed Johnson's passenger, a 27-year-old dude named Shundell Barnett. On January 12th, both Johnson and Smith got indicted on first-degree murder charges and some other criminal stuff. Barnett, on the other hand, got charged as an accessory after the fact. Things are definitely heating up, and it's looking like justice might finally be served. So, Hernandez Govan, the dude who got nabbed on November 10th, is being called the main suspect in Dolph's murder, according to Shelby County District Attorney General Steve Mulroy. Mulroy straight up said they believe Govan was the brains behind this whole thing, calling the shots and setting up the hit. He's the mastermind in this messed up case. But here's the crazy part. In a total surprise twist, the alleged mastermind behind the plot to kill young Dolph managed to bail himself out of jail. Get this, it only took less than 12 hours after the judge set the bail. Govan had been indicted and pleaded not guilty to the murder charges back in November of 2022. He had been stuck behind bars without bail. But now here's the deal. Even though Govan himself wasn't physically there, his new lawyer, Manny Aurora, showed up in court on his behalf. And guess what? Judge Lee Coffey granted Govan a bail of $90,000, but with some conditions, of course. Govan managed to cough up that cash, so he was put on house arrest. He is only allowed to leave his place for medical reasons or when he needs to meet up with his attorney. So Govan is accused of recruiting his co-defendants, Justin Johnson and Cornelius Smith, to carry out the plan to off Dolph. The decision to grant him bail was made based on both the defense and prosecution agreeing on it. Judge Coffey made it very clear that he does not dig into the details or investigate cases. Apparently, there's new info about Govan's role alcohol and his health condition that played a part in the decision. Oh, and they say Dolph's family was cool with it too. In a joint statement from the defense and prosecution, they listed 3 reasons for granting the bail. 1, a clearer understanding of Govon's involvement in the conspiracy. 2, concerns for his safety and well-being. 3, everyone agreeing on the $90,000 bond. The district attorney is still confident they can prove the charges against Govon, no doubt about it. But Govon's lawyer, Nicole Mormon, who's worked with big-name clients like rapper Lil Durk and con woman Anna Delvey Sorkin, stands by his client's plea of not guilty. He's ready to fight those allegations tooth and nail. Comments started coming in quick after folks found out that Govon would be able to just walk out. One person said, "Now let's wait and see if someone does to him what he did to Dolph." And another said, "He gonna have everybody in Memphis and every country kid in the South on his ass." Okay, so there's a little more to be said about the dude Justin Johnson, aka Straight Drop, who's one of the guys accused of taking young Dolph out. He's got even more legal drama than the others who messed up. The Shelby County Sheriff's Office found drugs and a phone on him while he was locked up.
Covering more breaking news right now, we've just learned of new trouble for one of the suspects in young Dolph's murder. The Shelby County Sheriff's Office confirming to us that Justin Johnson is under investigation after he was allegedly caught with drugs and a phone inside the Shelby County Jail.
They ain't spilling the beans on exactly what drugs he had or when they found that stuff, but they're all over it, investigating the whole deal. And get this ain't the first time this dude got caught slipping. He had his phone privileges snatched away before because he dropped a rap song using a jail phone back in November of 2022. This guy just can't keep his hands off the stuff. Even though a lot of folks thought that Govon or maybe Straight Drop would be the ones who would take the fall for Dolph, it ended up being someone who was actually pulling the strings behind the shadows. The Trula Mafia Don who went by the names of CEO Teezy. News just dropped about Teezy dropping the other day. He was the person connected to young Dolph's murder from the get-go. The cops were looking into him, and now he's a goner. But hold up, how did he bite the dust? Well, according to the source, he got shot. Some sources spilled the beans that CEO Teezy, aka Joshua Taylor, got blasted in the Orange Mound neighborhood of Memphis. This dude was one of not just for young Dolph's murder, but for a bunch of other stuff too. ABC 24 confirmed the news too, saying that Joshua Taylor was found dead in Spotswood. His family ID'd him after the shooting went down. The police showed up and did their initial investigation, but they didn't find any suspects at the scene. We're finally figuring out all the little details surrounding young Dolph's tragic murder. Recent happenings have brought a mix of relief and concern. Hernandez Govon, the dude accused of plotting Dolph's murder, got released on bond, which has a lot of people questioning the decision and what it might mean. Meanwhile, Justin Johnson and Cornelius Smith, the two suspects involved in the crime, are still locked up without bail, waiting for their day in court. May seem like justice is playing hide and seek with us in the midst of all these different outcomes, but remember, the legal process keeps chugging right along. Govon's release on bond doesn't mean he's off the hook just yet. It just shows how complex this whole judicial system can be. Cops and prosecutors are still busting their butts to uncover the truth and make sure the responsible parties face the music. CEO Teezy is no longer with us. That makes you wonder, was he sacrificed? Was he got because of the retaliation for Dolph? We still don't have many answers, so until we get news about Teezy, all we can do is point fingers. And as we navigate through it all, it's clear that Dolph's loss goes way beyond his music and fame. Let's always keep young Dolph's legacy in mind and strive to make the world a safer and better place in his memory.
Down the street, a fan go live. A fan go live and start filming young Dolph at the gas station getting in his car. So when she went live, that right there let the ops and the people who were trying to kill him know what area he was in. Now, what made it worse is it's not like he got in his car and left the area. He got in his car.
All right, who's the second person here that got out of the driver's side?
It just,
He's got the smaller handgun, is that right?
yeah, bad baseball hat, bad pro baseball hat.
You're firing this crazy thing. What you see? What are you feeling?
I won't feel nothing at the time, but I ain't gonna even let it. I won't feel nothing at the time. I was just, trying to get some money.
Trying to get some money? Bet you probably would have wasted on oxycodone and ecstasy.
Trying to do something.
You shot that gun a bunch?
Right in there?
Right then and there.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I shot out.
Aiming for Dolph?
I ain't for Dolph.
Was he able to say anything to y'all, or was he able to run or get away at all?
I shot through the glass, so I wasn't close up on him. I was shooting through the glass.
Okay.
I saw him standing by the window. I just got out and started shooting.
All right. To proceed till Justin shoots. There with the handgun. Who's that?
It's just,
All right. You proceed. All right, you stop right here. It's Dolph's brother, Marcus. Did you know that he shot back at y'all?
I ain't noticed until we pulled out. And there was a bullet hole in my side window. And I told Justin, I'm like, man, I'm hit. He was like, I'm hit too. So I see, I'm hit right here on my leg. And I see a bullet hole in my sweater. I said, damn, man. So we driving out, he was saying he was hit. I'm talking to him, making sure we on wreck, making sure he's straight. I'm like, you alright? He's like, yeah, I'm straight. But the bullet head went in my arm, and it was a bullet in my back.
I'm going to back up. You and Justin here are running to the white Mercedes, is that right?
Right.
You get in what side of the car?
I get on the passenger side.
And Justin gets back in the driver's side?
Yeah, he get back on the driver's side.
Y'all get in the car. You can watch the rest of the video here. Did y'all see Marcus getting a second gun from his car?
Nah, but when we pulled out and I knew it was shots back, I was finna shoot back, but there were too many cars coming and I ain't just want to hit no anybody, so I ain't shoot back.
Because Marcus was shooting at y'all as y'all were leaving.
The only person that seen those two shooters coming was the person that was ringing Dolph up. And like I said,
and Dolph, hold on, so Dolph back is turned to the window.
Back was turned to the window.
And they ring the cookies up. And as they ring, Dolph put his order in. They ring the cookies up. Is that when your people say they can see somebody running up to the window?
No, this is how this went. This is what she told me went down. He went to the counter. I'm gonna do it step by step because that's how she gave it to me.
Let's go.
I went up to that counter. She said, he said, y'all got any chocolate chip? And then a call came in. She said, I'm telling you, this is the same statement she gave the cops. Because she told me from beginning to the end. Call came in, because she was like, yeah, we got some chocolate chip. Got the call. All right, give me some of them joints. I'm finna take this call, ring me up.
$100,000 bag, pow, dropped on young Dolph head. Yo Gotti brother, Big Jook, is behind it. You know, opening statements today on that trial of the people who behind young Dolph death. It's kicking off, and man, some big news is dropping off. Hit the like button. If you haven't heard by now, this is going big all on the news. You know, a lot of people have been telling people about this, but it looks like young Dolph was killed, and the hands who was behind it was Yo Gotti now, you know, his brother. You know, the police now and the authorities and this lawyer, they says that he met with the killer, Johnson. You know, they got together. He let them know, look, if you take Dolph out, I'm going to give you $100,000 and a record deal. And this dude took the money. He the dude who in the video holding the gun, shooting at Dolph and shit like that when that video got released. Ain't no secret of what happened. That whole straight drop thing, that shit is really real. You know, they say that Big Jook is the man behind this. He the guy who dropped the bag. He the guy got the money. He was tired of Young Dolph talking crazy about Yo Gotti and all kind of stuff like that. And that kind of correlates to the fact of how he was killed, you know, at a repast. You know, for somebody to take that risk to kill this man, you know, doing people celebrating a funeral of a legendary street dude down, you know, that didn't seem that hard as somebody taking those risks. It seemed like he was backdoor. Somebody told somebody who told somebody who told somebody who told somebody that he was going to be there. You know, this trial is getting crazy, though. It's more coming out. I'm going to keep y'all updated on this. But, yeah, this is getting wicked. You got to remember, recently, Black Youngster Brother, he was killed at, like, a gas station. The person who killed Black Youngster Brother has been murdered before he even went to go to trial for this. Moneybag Yoden had a family member that had been killed. It had been daughters killed. You know what I'm saying? Daughters of the man who, on this case, on Young Dolph murder case too, his daughter has been killed. It had been comedians killed and all kind of people. The murder rate has been skyrocketed because of this thing right here. You know, I wanted to bring that to y'all attention, man. I'm going to keep y'all updated on this. But it looked like CMG is behind Young Dolph murder. And a lot of people knew that already. Now, people just going to say, well, they just saying Big Jook. Man, Big Jook, his brother, Yo Gotti. This is deep. You know, this is the reason why, you know, people took a risk of trying to kill Big Jook. You know, Big Jook was killed at like a repast, man. There's people out there celebrating a motherfucking funeral, and he got his life took. I'm going to keep y'all updated on this, but the feds say Big Jook dropped $100,000. He had a bag, man, of 100,000 singles, and you feel me, 100,000 $100 bills. You feel me? Worth for them boys. And if you killed Dolph, he was going to help your rap career. And those dudes took the money. And it's a lot of snitching going on. So a lot of people cooperated in this case. There's more information coming out.
Everybody love me except for one group of bitch ass niggas. Hey, don't play with me, play with your bitch. Let's go. Don't play with me. Don't do that. Play with your bitch. Play with your bitch. Young nigga on some multi-million-dollar shit. Fur coat, $500,000 worth of ice on.
That's all it took? That's all it took was 100 motherfucking funky ass dollars to whack your cousin? Straight drop you a bitch for that, bro. Big Jook, they never liked each other. It's been a war going on between Big Jook, CMG, and motherfucking Young Dolph and them. We understand that. We understand what's going on with Jook and Dolph and Gotti and Dolph. Okay, drop. You are his cousin. You are Dolph's cousin. The fact that you would even do that is crazy, bro. You're Dolph cousin. And you killed him in the middle. And you think I don't think Big U has something to do with Nipsey getting murdered? Stop fucking playing. This is his cousin. He looked just like him. Oh my God.
Because Big Jook, person I told you about before, that number 2 guy at CMG, he's put out a hit. A hit. $100,000 to whoever kills Dolph. He has met with Justin. He has met with Cornelius. And they think they're ready to do it. They're definitely willing to do it. For Cornelius, it would be 50 grand, I guess, that he could waste away on Percocets and ecstasy. For Justin, it's 50 grand, but also a chance to make it big with CMG. To become the next famous Memphis rapper. The straight drop.
They say he got shot. So I'm thinking it was like the last time he got shot. So the day Dolph died, me and him, I had a day. Then I found out that happened. I ain't even know on my phone. I'm on lockdown for the phone and whatnot. A nigga come to my door and say, your partner Dolph just died. I wanted to kill his ass.
Hey, I get it. Y'all see we in the trench. Of course, this South Memphis, bro. It's okay, twin. You're not just gonna automatically get popped or nothing like that. But this is Makita's cookie. It got redid and remodeled. Long live Dolph. I think he ended up passing right there, bro. But let's see what Makita's cookie talking about, man. Let's see what it's going. Let's see what it's hitting for. You know what I'm saying? We walk in. Everything is beautiful, man. Long live Dolph. They got the whole little tribute up here. Man, this picture right here go crazy. That's lit. That's beautiful. This was how it was, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And then you come over here, they got the whole little Makita's thing right there. This look since 1999. Y'all probably weren't even born yet, twin. Stop playing. They got all the cookie flavors.
$6.99. And then that's banana pudding and sweet potato pie.
Got the banana pudding, sweet potato pie. What's up, man? We going crazy. I'm about to try everything, man. Yes, sir. Let me get the chocolate chip. Yes, indeed, twin. Yes, indeed. I'm at Makita's Cookies, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is where Dolph ended up passing, man. Tragic death, bro. But of course, we in the hood, twin. We in the hood. Just get your cookies and get up out of here type shit. But it's smooth today. Everything, like, just because you're in the hood don't mean you just gonna get automatic shot or automatic, whatever the case may be. Y'all be over-exaggerating. But I'm about to go on Makita's Cookies. Long live Dolph. Rest in peace. But I'm finna see what these cookies hitting on. Let's go, twin. Butter cookies.
World famous butter.
Yes, sir, ski. Yes, sir, ski. What you finna get?
I got chocolate chip, lemon, and double chocolate.
Yeah, because you get 7.5 a dozen. You got 5 so far.
Let me get. I'm just finna. Let me get the. I don't know. Just give me the good cookies. Give me the good cookies. Just give me the good. Just give me all the good cookies, man. We gonna do it like that. I'm not. We gonna see. We gonna do it like that, y'all. Look at this.
Get the half a dozen?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So they got all this over here. We about to try these cookies, man. We about to see what they hitting on. 99 rate, twin.
Really though.
What you say? What you say?
I said I'm gonna let the cookies do all the talking. Really though.
He said I'm gonna let the cookies do all the talking. Yes,
tell
sir.
the whole story.
Yes, sir, man. Nice little box. Set up, go crazy. Twin. Got them yum-yums in there. My bad. I'm just ready to go crazy with them, man.
Hey, I can dig it, man. We appreciate you. All right.
The half a dozen. We about to see what the total's hitting on, twin. 17. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. And something to your who? Come on, Cookie Crumble who? Man, stop playing. Customer service go crazy, man.
Without you, man.
Customer service go crazy. I appreciate you, for sure. Yes, sir. We about to see what these cookies hitting on, twin. So these I got the strawberries. You know what I'm saying, twin? I got the fudges. I got the I don't know, but I'm about to try it. I got the chocolate chip. I'm about to show y'all these, bro. And we about to see who going crazy. I'm gonna give y'all an honest opinion. I ain't finna sugarcoat nothing.